Hello and welcome to our genealogy program today. My name is Jason Krusky. I know I've spoken for you a few times before in the past, and I appreciate being invited back here. So thank you all for having me here. I wish I could be there in person. My work schedule makes it tough for me to be able to be there on Thursday afternoons in person, but I'm glad that we could do this webinar thing. So I know you asked me to talk about two different things, the Poznan project and the usage of DNA and genealogy research. So I figured we could talk about those two things today. So without much further ado, let us begin with the easier of the two tasks, which is the Poznan project. So the Poznan project is for those of you out there who have Polish ancestry. What's nice about the Poznan project is that it is a marriage database of marriages throughout the region of Poznan, Poland, from the years 1800 to 1899. And I'll show you on a map right here what region of Poland this is. The Poznan project covers all of this right here on top of these regions right here in Kujawski right here. And then we have some of the bordering territories right here that are included in the Poznan project database, depending upon how motivated the people are who have genealogy from there. They often they'll submit files to Lucas Bielke, the guy who runs Poznan project, and see if he's willing to include it in the database or not. So it really is a fantastic resource for we Americans, because a lot of Polish immigrants came from that region. Here, how about I flip back to that map over there? I will tell you that when we're looking at our Polish genealogy, I'll tell you that the vast majority of Polish immigrants came from one of two regions. The vast majority came from this region right here and this region down here. So when we look at ancestry, these are the most helpful regions for us as Americans researching our Polish American roots. I will tell you that a lot of the Polish immigrants who came to the United States in the 1800s came from the region covered by the Poznan project. So this is definitely a website that you want to utilize, especially if you have Polish ancestry from the 1800s. Now, if you have ancestry from the 1900s, you're not going to get a lot of hits from the Poznan project because immigration slowed down significantly after the 1890s from this region, and it picked up heavily from here, from Galicia, from this southeastern part of Poland. So the Poznan project website is a very easy website to use. You can see right here that it's offered in multiple languages. I'll tell you that it's basically built for people like us, for Americans researching our genealogy. So the translations and everything are fantastic on it. It's really a great resource for you to use. So scrolling down right here on the page, you can see how easy it is to use. They have drop-down menus for the groom and the bride right here. So you can select their names right here. You can see the nice interface right here with names in English as well as Polish. Also for the bride as well. A couple other nice controls that this website has is that you can also look at the maiden names of their mothers. The complex algorithm is nice. It's for when names are mistranscribed or miswritten or whatever. It might be able to help you catch some of the trickier names, especially if you have names that have a lot of consonants, as Polish surnames tend to do. Also, interesting feature is matching spouses without surnames. This is a feature that not a lot of Polish genealogy websites have, but I wish they did, because that is a topic for another genealogy presentation. But I will tell you that surnames in Poland are fluid, they're flexible. Our modern day concept of a surname, they did not have that concept in the 1700s and early 1800s in Poland. So it's very useful to be able to search for couples just by first name. So that's nice. If you click on right here on the additional search criteria, it also lets you narrow down your searches by this much. Let's see, starting up at the top right here, taking a look at the search area, you can actually define where in the Poznan region you want to research. So if you already have a parish of origin, like for example, my big parish that I have spent countless hours researching is the parish of Piaski right here, right on the edge of the Poznan region, right there. I could say that I want to research that and has a nice search radius. I'll tell you that in general, most of the time people got married within a 10-kilometer radius of their home. That being said, I have seen it as far as 30 kilometers, and I'm just indexing some marriages now that would fall in the 40-kilometer radius. Outside of the 40-kilometer radius, that would be very rare for the 17 and 1800s, absolutely. For the time frame covered by the Poznan project, I would say keep it to the I would say 10 to 30 kilometer range would be fine. Or you could just click on anywhere and have it search anywhere in the database. You can narrow it down by the years right here that we talked about. And I also like here the similarity bar. If you want it exact, drag it over to 100. If you're okay with having some similar matches, stick with the default setting of 60%. Again, I'll tell you, really, you should leave it at the 60%. Surnames, they may have been mistranscribed. It may be poorly written in the record itself, or it could be a different spelling of the surname. My last name is Krusky, and yet I have seen 5, 6, 7, 8 different spellings of it throughout my research in the different parishes that my paternal ancestors lived in. So keeping it like that is something that is good for you to have right here. So taking a look at the search engine itself has some nice features to it. Here I'll show you, I don't know, how about we take a look at my Forex great-grandfather right here. So this is Andrzej Gluski. If any of you belong to the Polish Genealogical Society of America, I wrote an article about him and his interesting family right here. So here's the search results right here. Shows you right here for how many exact matches they got and then how many were above the threshold. The map right here shows you some of the dots right here, like where big like clusters were. So that's a nice feature as well. You can see right here showing only exact matches, Catholic, Protestant, and civil records are all covered by the database. There's also some Jewish records in the database as well. That's mainly because here, I'll scroll up, not in the Poznan proper region, but in some of the outlying regions right here in the Russian style of record keeping in Poland. The Catholic priest would actually be the civil registrar for all marriages, whether they were Catholic, Protestant. I've even seen a couple like non-religious ceremonies. So they recorded it all. So that's a nice feature, especially if you have Jewish Polish ancestry, because vast majority of Jewish records in Poland were destroyed in World War II. The ones that survived through like civil registrars, that kind of thing. Looking at results right here, these are my Forex great-grandparents right here, and you can see right here, a nice feature of the Poznan project is that you can add comments to the records right here, which is helpful for other researchers. So this right here is what I said. This is the marriage record of my great-great-great-great-grandparents right here. So, and I even left my website right there so that people can click on it and contact me. So this is my website right here. You just have to type my name, Jason Krusky, into Google. That's what pops up right there. You see there I am right there with my book, that kind of thing. So I also have my contact feature on my website. So if any of you have any questions or you'd like to talk to me about your genealogy, feel free to contact me with this form right here. Genealogy is my passion, so if you have any questions or you want me to do a consultation or whatever, I'd be more than happy to do that. So you can see right here the nice information that is transcribed from here. I'll tell you that in the Poznan region, most records, I'd say about after 1840, should have parents listed, as you can see. Some don't, some weren't transcribed, that kind of thing. But in general, once you reach the mid part of the 1800s, they should have recorded the parents in the record. In the early 1800s, sometimes you have parents recorded, sometimes you don't. It's really all luck of the draw right here. Nice feature here. You can see that this is my ancestor and his second wife right here with another one of their children right here. So the search engine is actually smart enough where it'll actually look for parents' names like that right there. So if, for example, I typed in the name Ogrodowski right there, if I typed that in, then it would pick up on that right there. So that is the Poznan project. It's really a great resource right here. Just click on the parish to be able to see what is out there with LDS. This gives you the microfilm numbers right there. And that is what you can use to further your genealogy research. So definitely check out the Poznan project for your family history needs. And I will be back in a couple seconds to talk about DNA.